Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Kwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Alright, Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. It says here in Baruch 4:1, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. The law that endureth forever. Okay? Even if we are in the land of our captivity, even if we are in the hands of our oppressors, we are to keep the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Peter and the apostles said it. It is better to obey the Most High than to obey man. Okay? The law is perfect. Right? And that's what's going to be ruling. That's what's going to be decreed in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the laws are going to be established. Okay, the reason why they're not enforced at the moment, okay, is because the wicked are in rulership. Okay, but in a spiritual sense, they're still enforced because again, the law endured forever. Okay, all the things that these wicked people are doing in the world. Okay, starting with the elites of this world. Okay, trickling down to the bases of the people in this wicked society. Okay, the fact that they go off it will not go unpunished. The Lord will judge them. Okay, according to the laws. Okay, because the laws are perfect. The law, statutes, and commandments are perfect. Okay, and that's going to be the code of conduct in the kingdom to come. Even Yahushua said it himself. It says here. Let me see. Matthew 5:17, and it reads, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. Okay, the law, statutes, and commandments, and the prophecies. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. And how did Yahweh fulfill both? By everything that was written concerning him came to pass and will come to pass, and he never broke the law, statutes, and commandments, so he fulfilled. Okay, his will, his meat was to do the will of his Father, and he accomplished it, and now he's going to fulfill it to the max when he comes and establishes righteousness on the earth and puts the Edomites, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, and puts them out of authority, out of power, out of rulership position. Okay, so the laws are going to be established, man. Yahushua didn't come here to break the laws or to do away with the laws. Okay, what did he say to that rich man? It says here, in Matthew 19, and I'll start at 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High, Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, meaning obtaining salvation, okay, keep the commandments. Okay, if you want to enter into life. And what is life? Our life is in Yahawashi. Our life is in this word. Okay, so acknowledging this word as being the truth. Okay, that's in a sense kissing the Son lest he be angry. Acknowledging that this word is the truth, because Yahawashi is the embodiment of this word. Acknowledging that this word is the truth, and hearkening and keeping the ways that are written in the scriptures. Okay, as much as possible in this wicked society, in the sense that all is lawful but not everything's expedient. Okay, so everything that in sense of keeping your integrity in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, see, you don't go around killing homosexuals. Okay, you don't go around killing adulteress, those who commit adultery. Okay, because it's not expedient. You're gonna end up in jail, even if in the eyes of the Lord that was a righteous thing, but it was a foolish thing in this time because, okay, there's a time and place for everything, and again, the Lord sends us as sheep in the midst of wolves, so we have to be as wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. Okay, so we have to know when to apply the rules, when to apply the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and that is not as the Lord said, the Lord did not give license to sin unto any man. Okay, so you do your best and you pray unto YAHAWASHI for forgiveness for the sins that you commit knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, because in this flesh we are bound to go off eventually. Okay, in thought, in action. Okay, you see, like I said, even unwillingly, you might go off. You don't even know the clothing you wear, from the food that you eat. Okay, this place is defiled, man. Okay, and that's why it says, "This is not your rest; it shall pollute you with a sword. It shall destroy you with a sword destruction. It will pollute you." Roughly paraphrasing, because this is not the place where much righteousness doth abide, where much glory doth abide. Okay, you see, you know that this place is hell, since the wicked are in rulership. Okay, but again, it says here, "But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments." Okay, if you want to enter into life, if you want to pass from life, if you want to go from death unto life, you obey Yahweh and you have faith without works is dead. Okay, so you can say that you believe, but Paul said it himself, "Show me your faith with thy works, I will show you my faith." So like, show me your faith without your works, I will show you my faith with my works. The Lord is not just about lip service. You have to prove that you believe by the actions that you push forth. Okay, by your actions. You can say one thing, okay, but you might not do it. And the Lord is not with the lip service. They say, these people are close to me in their mouth, but in their deeds, in their hearts, they are far from me. Why? Because they don't obey. Okay, and again, obedience is better than sacrifice. All right, it says here, he said unto me, which Yahushua said, "Thou shalt not do murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." And the young man said unto him, "All these have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet?" Yahushua said unto him, "If thy wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me." Okay, so that's the most important, beyond keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, is having faith in Yahawashi and following his example. Okay, trusting in Yahawashi, trusting in the word. Okay, having faith in Yahawashi. Because the wicked scribes and Pharisees, they were masters in the law, but they were far from Yahawashi. Okay, as it says, honor the son as you honor the father. Okay, you see, because if you don't honor the son, it's a direct disrespect to the father, because the father sent him. It's as if you say that the father, Yahweh, made a mistake by sending Yahawashi. Yahawashi wasn't the one that had to be sent. No, Yahweh makes no mistakes. Okay, so by you not following after Yahawashi, by not trusting in him, by not acknowledging him as being the only begotten son, the anointed, the chosen, that was set up to take away the sins from Israel, to deliver Israel from their wickedness. Okay, it's as if you're disregarding Yahweh's counsel. Okay, and saying that he made a mistake. Okay, which is foolish of you. Okay, you see. So again, it's through Yahawashi that you can obtain that life, that you can obtain salvation. Okay, like I said, like I mentioned, the Pharisees, the wicked Pharisees and scribes, okay, and Sadducees, okay, and the wicked of our people, okay, they might have had knowledge that they were Israelites. They might have some sort of knowledge, but they never came to the conclusion that it's only through Yahawashi that you can obtain that salvation. He is the door, he is the way, he is the life, he is the truth. Okay, so without that piece of the puzzle, okay, which is really the whole puzzle, okay, you can't make it. Okay, because again, it's better to have what's the point? It's better to have fear in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, okay, and acknowledging him, than to have all the works but only trusting in yourself. Okay, You might say, oh yeah, I keep all the laws, but I worship Jesus. I keep the law, statutes, and commandments, but I worship Jesus. You're going off, and you're going to be destroyed. It doesn't matter if you keep the Sabbath, because you're keeping the Sabbath unto idols. Okay? You're not reverencing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua as He is, the Son. Okay? So you're never going to obtain that life everlasting. Okay? Kind of sidetracked, but again, that's also part of the laws. Okay? Honoring YAHAWASHI. Okay? Acknowledging the sacrifice that He made for you, for us, for our nation. Okay? By you disregarding Yahawashi, that you're going off. Okay, you're sinning by just that action. Okay, and that's a heavy heavy and weighty offense. Okay, because it's as if you reject your opportunity to be adopted or grafted back in with the Father, and the only way that you get grafted back in is through Yahawashi. He is divine. Okay, anyone that is not attached to Him, to Yahawashi, will be removed and cast into the fire. Okay, will be cast into judgment. Okay, all right. So that's a quick 1-2. The law remains in force in the kingdom. Okay. The Lord will establish the law, statutes, and commandments. He will even put the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, man, in our hearts, man. Let me bring that out and close. I believe it's Hebrew 11. If I'm correct. Is it 11? No. Let's see. New covenant. Okay, here we go. Hebrews 8. And I'll start at 6. But now He had obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also He is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. Speaking again of Yahawashi. Okay, He's the mediator of a better promise. Okay, a mediator of a better covenant. Salakim. Okay, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. Okay, the second covenant. Okay, and where was the fault? The fault was in us. The fault was in our flesh. The fault was in the fact that we transgressed. It says all Israel has fallen short from the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because of this flesh, we all go off. The just man falleth 7 times. Okay, we are not guiltless. None of us are guiltless. Okay, it says here, for finding fault with them, He said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay, the Israelites. Okay, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Okay, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the days when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We were not regarded because we transgressed. Okay, we broke the contract. Okay, you see, when you break the contract, there's consequences. Okay, and one of the consequences was to be led captive by our enemies, to serve our enemies in strange lands. Okay, that was a part of the contract. Okay, but the Lord had mercy and sent us His only begotten Son. Okay, so that He could cover us with His blood, with His sacrifice, and that we can get a fresh start. Okay, according to that new covenant. Okay, which is, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. Okay, in the days that we're coming into, man, the days where Yahushua will return and change our vile bodies unto a body that resembles His body. Okay, at the last trump. Okay, the mortal will put on immortality. Okay, for the Israelite nation. Okay, those that starting with the first fruit, the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, those that first trusted in Him in this wicked society, in the darkness, we have hold on to the light even unto His return. Okay, so it says here, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be my people. Okay, That's the second covenant. The fact that the Lord is gonna register the law, statutes, and commandments in our hearts, in our minds, to the point where we will not be able to transgress. Transgression in Israel shall be no more. Okay, we will no more, never again be reproached. Okay, all the actions that we'll commit will be according to the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai on the right hand. Okay, according to righteousness, we will be like many Yahawashis. Okay, you see. Okay, 100% spiritual, no fleshly. Okay, except when it comes to the pleasures of this life, we'll still be able to obtain the pleasures of this life, like eating, okay, having sex, okay, having seed, okay, having children, okay. All this is the pleasures of life. Okay, we'll be able to partake in these things, but in righteousness, the right way, the way that the Lord intended them to be. Okay, so that's the so even that proves that the law, statutes, and commandments will remain in force. And when Yahawashi comes, that's the system that he will establish on the earth. Okay, in the kingdom to come. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakatah.